Hello everybody, welcome to March. We have made it through January and February, and March means a turn towards spring. Been doing, of course, the Demolition League and Stratomatic, but today taking a different turn for just an unboxing of History Maker Baseball, not the game, but the new 2021 season, pro season, that Keith just released this past weekend. Today being March the 1st, Tuesday, but he just released it, I believe it was Thursday or Friday of last week. Came in the mail yesterday evening, so for whatever reason, people seem to like unboxings and first looks. Those are like key phrases that people use on some of their videos that seem to be, somewhat popular. So I said, why not dip my toe into that ink well too and see what happens. Anyway, so let's get going. I've got to get ready for work in a few minutes, so I don't have a lot of time. But I did want to just run through this real quick to show you what you get. This is the biggest set to date on the pro set that Keith has offered with all the players, over 1,000. I think it's like 1,200 players or something. I'd have to total it up or look at the website. But anyway, let's move this out of the way and look at what came. And we will flip it over because that's where you have to go to open the thing. So we come over here and get this little glue stuff off and see what we got, and we'll flip it over this way. And of course you get your thing from Keith, which is very interesting. Nice little touch there. Alrighty, that's everything else is confined in this little plastic. So we come over here. Oops, got it upside down. That would help to do it the right way, wouldn't it? All right, so it's a 2021 History Maker Big League Baseball game, and it might be the only Big League game going because the Major League Baseball still hasn't figured out what they're doing yet, I suppose. And to be honest with you, I don't really care because the modern game is just not what it used to be. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. We got the standard little thing here, the little sticker, so get through that. I don't guess it really matters if you tear that up or not. It's going to be tossed anyway. So let's get through this and let's take a look at what we have. It's a big stack, I will say that. It almost feels like 2 seasons in here, but this is only one. So that tells you how many players and whatnot you get. Let's read what it says here. It says, welcome to another season of Tabletop Big League Baseball, the 2021 Pro Season card set. Thanks to Travis Jansen for creating the cards to our specifications. So apparently Travis Jansen, one of the prominent members of the play community, has helped out there. Top tier IT coding skills and familiarity with the nuances of the HMB or History Maker Baseball game engine have been a winning combination in automating the card making process. It's a huge help. This is by far the largest set we've offered, over almost 1,200 player cards. Back in the old days, you could cover most of a team's at-bats and innings pitched with a set of 20 to 24 cards, but not anymore. Even a 30-card roster will leave out a large segment of players with a healthy number of at-bats and innings pitched. For this set, we've included every player with at least 50 at-bats or 10 innings pitched, so that's a lot. That's going to cover almost all your marginal players. I mean, all your players except for the most marginal. Let's see here. As has been our custom with full season card sets, we've included duplicate cards for players spent time with multiple teams. Trade Guide will allow you to set rosters and start of the season or end of season configuration. There's one player who's carded with 3 teams, Billy McKinney. He's with the Dodgers, the Brewers, and the Mets. He played a stretch of midseason games in New York, so on the Trade Guide, he gets removed from the New York roster in both configurations. All right, so and then you've got the universal instant results table. You've got the suggested lineups for, if you're not familiar with how the teams did their lineups, it's kind of like a suggested type lineup. Whole litany of traded players, so you can follow along and see who started where, and if you want to start a season from the beginning and put the players on their original teams, you can do that with this guide. And also on the cards, I believe it has little notations that will tell you. Let's see here. So let's see. We'll move on now to the umpires. I did say there's a whole bunch of umpire cards. So I believe it said 90-something umpires. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 32 umpires per sheet. And we have 1, 2, 3 sheets. That's 96 umpires. That should just about cover almost every umpire there is. And of course, then you've got let's just look at the Orioles and see how many players they have. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 18 players per sheet. We got let's see, 1, 2, 3. So that's 20 for the position players. And then the pitchers come down here. So let's go to the pitchers. Once we get the batters out of the way, we'll go to the pitchers. And it's the same thing. You got 18 per sheet. So it's 18 there, 19, 20. So it's 40. I see for the Orioles, they have 40 players. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now, in case you're curious, and some people are, just because he had such a fantastic year, let's see if I can find the Shohei Ohtani card. That's what I was trying to find. Get to the alphabet here. Learn my ABCs so I can find him. Shohei Ohtani, where are you? I'm looking for him. I see Trout. Where is Ohtani? Am I missing Ohtani? You know what? He's probably with the pitchers. They probably got him with the pitchers. Let's see. Maybe he's listed with the Los Angeles Angel pitchers. So let's take a look. This is very impromptu. I did not do, like I said, I just opened this, so I did not get a preview to know what's going on. Let's see. Is Ohtani in here with the pitchers? Well, I know he's somewhere. I just got to find him. Interesting. I know he's in here somewhere. I just have to find him. I don't know why I'm having a hard time finding him right now, but I guarantee he's in there. I don't think Keith would have overlooked somebody like Shohei Ohtani. So he's in here somewhere. I just have to figure out where he is. I'm sure I'm just missing him and not noticing him. He could be, well, I don't know where he is right now, to be honest with you. But I know he's in here. And if I ever find him, I'll show him to you, but I don't see him right now for whatever reason. But these could be kind of, there's a lot of players, so you know he's there. It's just I don't know where he is specifically. See Bundy, Sandoval, Iglesias, Myers, Cishek, Guerra, Claudio, Kenny, Barry, Quintana, Watson. Yeah, I don't know where he is, but I know he's in here somewhere. And I will find him. But anyway, should be a lot of fun with this set. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet because I'm still mostly focusing on the Demolition League. Some people have asked or like to know how to store the cards once you perforate them, because they are on perforated paper and you do have to separate these. So what I found that works for me, I go to Walmart, and for $2 and change, they have these reclosable bags. They're in the craft section where the jewelry crafts and beads and things are. 3 inches by 4 inches, which is plenty big for the player cards. For the umpire cards, they have, I believe it's a 2 inch by 3 inch is good enough for the umpire cards because they're a little smaller. But you get 100 of them for $2 and change at Walmart, and it works out very well. And when you separate them, and this is what they look like. Let me show you what they look like already done. I took a previous season's out. So this is what they look like individually. And this is an old set I have from 2018 Texas. So I'm gonna have a lot more player cards, but I still think they'll fit because there's extra room. And you take these and just plop them right down in there. And there's still plenty of room, so I got a feeling even with the 40 cards or whatever per team that we have here, we're gonna have plenty of room. I'm gonna pause the video real quick and make sure I can find the Ohtani and see where he's hiding out so you can see his card. Okay, it took a while, but I finally found him. He is with the pitchers. He is listed with the starting pitchers right at the beginning of the transformation from Kansas City to Los Angeles. So there's Shohei Ohtani. He's a star flash with semi-control. His offense, he's a semi-slugger and a home run king. He's actually semi-patient too, and semi-active, so obviously quite good there. Fielding, I'm surprised they didn't give him an iron there because I don't think he did much in the way of fielding. But I guess you could use him in the outfield if you really, really wanted to. And it's your game. You can do whatever you want to, obviously. That's the whole beauty of the game. But yeah, I was going to say that would have been like a national emergency had he not been in there. But yes, he is there. The other card that's of interest is Jacob deGrom. He is an A-star, double flash, and double control. And even as a hitter, he's a hero with the semi-champion. So Jacob deGrom, quite impressive. So going to be a lot of fun to separate these, put them on the team, see how many players I've got. Like I said, everybody that with 50 at-bats or more or 10 or more innings pitched should be carded. The one thing you do have to do, you do have to be careful when you separate these, because if you go too fast and you don't pay attention, you could get a tear. They are perforated, and there's a border on each side that's also perforated. So you first step I do is fold that down this way and then come back the other way to give it extra resistance, and then it should tear pretty simply, just like that. And the same thing on the other side. That's usually pretty easily. The ones you got to worry about is sometimes the perforation in between players is not 100% cut through, and you got to be really careful not to mess anything up. They're in rows of 3, so I typically fold one down one way and one down the other way, and then just kind of do the old thing like this. And then each individual, the only place I can know of where you might run into problems is individually. So then there's a little perforation line, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, right here. So just fold that way and fold that way, give the double fold, and then it should come off easily, just like that. So you do that, and as long as you're careful with it, and Keith puts it in the instructions, be careful when you tear these, because you could cause a slight rip, and it's happened to me on multiple occasions. So but again, sometimes separating these things and putting them in teams and all that good stuff is part of the fun. So there you have it, the History Maker Baseball 2021 Pro set. The fictional set, which I usually get every year, is going to come out, I believe, late this month. But it is he is doing a 10th anniversary special on that. So the cards, you have the option if you want to buy the real fancy cards, which look like baseball card stock, I think he said, and they're bigger, or you can buy the kind that look like this. I mean, it's either way. But anyway, that's a quick little preview of what is there. For those that have not tried History Maker Baseball, there's plenty of videos out there on it, and I think it's worth a look to add to your collection, particularly the fictional set, or even the pro set. You can kind of do anything you want to with it. You can try to go as played and try to be as realistic as possible and test the game engine like I did with the 1987 Atlanta Braves, or create your own universe. You're the like Keith says, you are the commissioner. You can do whatever you like. It's your game. Play it the way you see fit. The biggest thing or most important thing is that you're having fun and enjoying the hobby, and you're getting cards out on the table, rolling the dice, and just having a good time. Escape from the world we live in right now, which is kind of in chaos with all the inflation and the Russia and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a little takeaway from that. A little bit of escape, get in your own universe for about an hour or so, immerse yourself in something else, and just kind of, to me, it's just relaxing and fun. That's just what it's all about. That's why it's called a hobby. So that's it from here. I didn't want to do anything fancy with this. Of course, this was not fancy at all. Just kind of impromptu this morning. I got to get ready for work now, so I don't have too much time to keep rambling. But I did want to just put this out there for those that might be interested. It is out. The 2021 set is out. There are loads of players, over 1,200 players. I just checked the Orioles. Like I said, they have 40 on their team. So a lot of bench players. You only have 26-man rosters in 2021. So you're going to have at least 14 guys in the minors available to call up. So if you play with injuries and whatnot, go for it, because you'll have extra players to fill the void. So that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start to their March. If you're a college basketball fan, of course, March Madness will be starting shortly. And we don't know about the MLB because they're still in negotiations. But that's going to do it from here. As usual, hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.